split apart, come together, mold, remold, demold, all together into this match. Soondubu Strikers versus Bang Bang. A battle of former teammates in like every aspect. I think all of these players are very familiar with each other, have played with each other before, and are now loading up onto the night market to take it out. A DUBU Era X versus Asher, now Julie. Both, I think, pretty staple teams for these players.
And as Dropleto has realized in the chat, Bertram is back. His money is not safe after that. And yes, Bang Bang was seeded, assuming that Bertram would not be here. That's why they're seed 16. But with Bertram here, they are one game away from guaranteeing themselves. That guy died.
Shot dead in the streets. A little bit of Julie action on the night market. And both barriers down. Soondubu here looking great on the start. We're seeing a Pauldron's Asher, similar to the Pauldron's DUBU we saw from Lilybun earlier. Similar concept. Today, shapeshifting is looking wide, and it's probably great, definitely great, in fact, into this X here. To be able to hold really nicely, stop all of the abilities, catch the core with that primary. It'd be really nice, but in the meantime, it looks like Soondubu is struggling to get their offense together, try and coordinate it against Bang Bang, get an opportunity to get it in with this open net.
Yeah, FudgyWaffles and Josh, they don't have the barriers, but they do have the midfield control. And with that Tofu Fortress from Bertram walling off the bottom side, it's hard for the side of the Soondubu Strikers to really get anything rolling at the moment. Grimella sends it up to the top side. FudgyWaffles, Tony tries to mix it up with a shot to the top side, but there's a log there. Grimella with the flick, though, makes it dangerous in the core, rocketing towards the other end. Shapeshifting won't be able to save both barriers, but one will still stand as a great shot from FudgyWaffles from the midfield. The Fudgy angle, if you will. And Josh with a slow roller, not quite enough to get the goal just yet. But it looks like Bang Bang are pretty confident. Oh no! A pass goes awry, and bit of an awkward point.
Yeah, unfortunate pass, and looking back, previous round, Soondubu Strikers are hot off a set 5.5, almost 40-minute game against Sad Boys, also on Night Market. So, very hard fought. Definitely probably sick of looking at this map, but gonna have to shake off that loss and get here. Doing well so far against. Had a little bit of trouble on the open net that last point, but gotta just be, again, shaking off the rust, the nerves from the last game. Bang Bang, I believe, has been waiting for a little bit, locked in here, but losing both barriers, definitely pretty scary. Bertram with the flip, taking a little bit of damage, but still sitting pretty right now as Bang Bang is looking for their offense.
Trying to find a big opportunity here is Tony. 2 flips available on both forwards here. A flip into a flip, but a good roll and a strikeout by Josh. Tony still pressuring in the top corner, though. Shapeshifting up to Grimella. Find the strike war wins, and Tony with the punch, but the terrain's not quite favorable. Tofu Fortress not quite favorable either. The core is trapped, and Bertram will get it out of there just in time, but it's still looking bad for a Bang Bang.
Yeah, a Psylocke enjoyer, Tony, with the ult. Looking to get something done. Looking for a dash punch, too. Unable to get anything so far. Josh on the breakaway with the speed gate. Looking to get it through. Able to punch it with the X Maximus. Getting through shapeshifting. Who has that core flip. Going to be burning it right there. Unfortunate angle on the middle. Means that the ball will be returning right to him. A lot of damage onto Josh, who's dashing away from the orb. But still looking healthy. Stagger Swagger start. Today I learned as shapeshifting and Psylocke enjoyer did not take that. But looking to get it through right now. Unable to. The Stagger Swagger is going to be big. Josh taking a lot of damage, forcing it through with the Bull Rush. Tying up the game. Has a flip for next point, too.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I think what a few people were discussing during the NASA season was that I think a decent chunk of people think that Brawler is Josh's best role, and they were kind of unhappy that Josh was playing the midfield, right? Like, they thought that the success would be if Josh was in the Brawler position, and we're seeing why right here. I think we're seeing a lot of scoring instinct. Unfortunately, dies there, but that's the life of a Brawler. Sometimes you bull rush in and take 1,000,000 damage.
Yeah, absolutely. Tearing up those barriers, unfortunately, no longer with us for the next 2 seconds, but like you said, it's just par for the course. Meanwhile, Soondubu We got Tony, again, back after not playing the entire last national season. Taking a lot of damage, too. Looking to get some opportunity, but I feel like as a Juliet does not have the same presence on the field that characters like Era and X do. Has the now on his side, but still, I feel like Bang Bang has a lot more field presence. Doesn't matter, though, because Juliet, very burst character, gets that one dash punch, gets that one opportunity, able to get it done. And now with both nets open, one of these teams has to come together to get their opportunity because neither of these goalies will relent.
Yeah, and this is also huge for the other teams in the group. Bang Bang in a very good spot right now. The Soondubu Strikers less so. So if Bang Bang can clean sweep right now, then a few other teams can still stay afloat in this group. If the Soondubu Strikers manage to get a set, especially as the first set, and start getting things rolling, then that will spell doom for the teams that are watching on the sidelines.
Yeah, Bang Bang definitely wants to win this set, playing X Era, not expecting to win either of the first two sets, waiting until they get online. Whereas Soondubu kind of needs to win these early sets before the scaling can get out of control. Right now, still on defense, not quite able to get a whole lot of core control. It feels like the ball is just always in Bang Bang's possession, but Tony almost getting it through with the ult, looking for capitalize on that opportunity, but unfortunately not able to get it. And now Shapeshifting has a flip. He's going to be nice to defend, but at this point can only last so long.
Oh, a big KO coming out from Tony. Big opportunity for the Soondubu Strikers. A passing play, but the log interrupts it. Shapeshifting forced to drop back and help defend, and Bertram has flip available. A lot of defensive insurance, but it goes up with the now mine. Grimella with the pass. With the creation. Predicted up to Tony. And that's a 2-1 lead here right now, and one goal away from crushing some dreams here.
Yeah, in the power play, Josh just walking up a little bit too far, creating that opening off the bumper to get the ball straight to Tony. Put it in right there. Very well played. Almost, again, the double barrier, almost able to catch the flip right there and just explode. Gets the flip there, though. Creates that space, takes that top empty net, puts it in. And a 15-second point after such a long one. Very refreshing, and Soondubu Strikers take that first set.
Goodbye, dogs. They are now eliminated. Weston. Wait a second. That's good for us. That means Weston can cast tomorrow. Oh, woo! Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah!
That's a win for the Best in Saw broadcast, and that's a win for Tony picking up the 1-2 punch, but with Fight or Flight falling as well. This is a really, really favorable draft here. Of course, peak performance to Awakening that's drafted instead, but a lot of good here for the Soondubu Strikers.
Yeah. If you're Tony, kind of unlucky to see 1-2 punch and Adrenaline Rush in the same draft. Pretty hard, pick there. Obviously, Adrenaline Rush able to give you a ton of explosive potential. One dash punch, and the point just should be yours. 1-2 punch, though, way more consistent. Pretty safe choice. Always good, especially with that heavy impact, too. That's a lot of damage coming out, and that's going to be really nice. Peak on the now with Stagger Swagger means that she's basically unkillable, the biggest weakness of the character. But Josh here picking up Fight or Flight, skating in the enemy net, beautifully played, getting both barriers, and that's really scary. You do not want to see the X get Fight or Flight draft 1. Things can only get worse from here for Soondubu.
Yeah, right now with the shrink, with the size up for Josh. Gliding across the map, skating with the core, like you're saying. And FudgyWaffles just continuing to navigate the speed gate, making it difficult for Grimella to get any momentum in this midfield right now. Former teammates once again fighting it out, and this time in the same role. Tofu Fortress, though, a little unfavorable, but FudgyWaffles will get it out of there, and Josh, big opportunity with the flip available, but a flip away, hit stun from Shapeshifting, and a lot of damage onto Josh. The X needs to be careful, as Shapeshifting deflects away the flip there as well.
Yeah, Tony getting shrunk right there, receiving the pass from Grimella, not able to get anything off of it. Josh is just so fast. He is moving everywhere at once, has a ton of coverage in that net, but still, Grimella and Shapeshifting not letting it go through. And Shapeshifting Asher just looking great. It's very large. The Asher is very large, and that is hard to deal with, especially as an X who has a lot of stuffing potential, but in a very unique and awkward way, whereas Asher says, today I will primary, That's great stuffing potential. That wins most interactions, and So Bang Bang has to get creative with their scoring attempts if they want to get through this Asher, and especially with this now there, because boom, one primary, and that's just completely it from the entire ult.
Yeah, now it's an awkward spot to be in here, as Josh needs to chase the core down, but without hitting it, doesn't have the speed, picks up a little bit of it there. Still trying to zone away shapeshifting, but this Asher, like you were mentioning earlier, is doing a very, very good job, especially with the additional size in dealing with the X.
Yeah, big in control. It's just not letting anything go through. Another primary, another day, another dollar. It's just not letting any of that go through. Meanwhile, Bertram hasn't had a whole lot to do here. Big flip coming out from Josh, able to get it. Shapeshifting's flip just a little bit too early, not catching the core, and that's going to be Bang Bang getting 0.1. And what a hard-fought point. The things that they have to do to get through this Asher are insane.
Yeah, it's not very easy here. And Grimella with a flip. Bounce off the center right around FudgyWaffles, and so much damage on Josh. Big opportunity for the Soondubu Strikers to really push the offense here, as Tony is winning the strike wars against the strike wars against FudgyWaffles, as shapeshifting moves up as well to try and help midfield. But so far, it's a little bit awkward. They're zoning it away from Tony and keeping it away, but a good dash punch found, a flip available, but the log will deflect it away. And Tony just looks so small next to everyone who's there to shrink ability from FudgyWaffles. But if Tony can get one more chance, it's actually Josh who sends it around shapeshifting.
Yeah, big opportunity, big steal coming out from Bang Bang, able to get that. And every barrier they get is such a great opportunity. Again, I'll keep talking about it. This Asher is so big, so in control, that anything that they can get without too much effort is going to be so nice. And meanwhile, Tony taking a lot of damage here, getting bullied in here, looking for these shots, but FudgyWaffles and Bertram just covering the net. The defense of both of these teams is incredible, and the effort that it takes to get through them is so substantial. Ton of flips coming out, getting it on to the side of Bang Bang. Soondubu looking for an opportunity, but just not finding it yet.
Not quite yet. Josh and Fudgy looking to try and score before that can occur. Try to build their lead here. Try to build an early set win for the X era. The strike isn't quite there from Josh, though. Hit stunned away perfectly and taken out by Tony. Now it's the turn of the Soondubu Strikers to bounce off the corner, forcing Bertram in a dangerous spot, but calm, cool, and collected is the DUBU, logging it away, striking it away, and not burning the flip just yet.
Yeah, dash punch committed to get the KO means that they're not going to have it for the offense. Really, really dangerous, and just all of these abilities coming out. Bang Bang is locking it down so well, and it looks so difficult for Soondubu to get anything. A stray shot coming right through, slipping right past all of Soondubu, and Bang Bang in these incredibly long points starting to pull ahead.
Yeah, all it takes is one strike war when someone's slightly out of position to win in those late points, and Bang Bang's resilience in these is really making the difference here. Josh and Fudgy trying to get it past Grimella, but it's actually Tony who runs in, but a Tofu Fortress just shuts it all down, and shapeshifting can't get to it in time. The strike's coming in from Josh, the X Maximus. Not quite enough just yet, though.
Yeah, not quite indeed, as Grimella with the core getting a flip. He's level 9 in this lobby right now, whereas we're seeing a couple level 7s, some level 8s, and getting one barrier. Grimella's just kind of been on the field all at once, off the field now, but able to get that last barrier with the flip. Now it's up to Tony and shapeshifting to hold this barrier, unable to so far. Josh with the flip, gonna be on the goal line, putting it in right there. Shapeshifting, elusiving, waiting for a cooldown coming out from Josh to try and defend, but the strike will be putting it in right then and there. Bang Bang evens up the game.
And so scary now because they have a set win on the board here as the X-Era composition. They have the scaling at their back. They have the ability to bring so much speed in for the X, the fight or flight, and now the stacks on stacks. It's going to get overwhelming.
Yeah, ton of speed on the X, and that's terrifying. We saw how fast he was moving before, and now stacks on the board is going to be very, very hard to deal with. Grimella picking up Timeless Creator, very similar to Manu, very great awakening for them now. I think that's going to be a big difference already has a ton of speed and is just going to be placing these giant creations. We see a spark going to Tony. Might be able to make something happen, you know, going for the scaling later on. This is definitely going to be really nice into this X era comp. Could make a difference. Rapid fire on shapeshifting. I didn't even see that. That's just going to make shapeshifting's job that much easier. And as we saw last set, things got a lot tougher. So I think the rapid fire is definitely going to help even out the odds. It's going to take a lot of ball movement and positioning to get it past the Asher.
Yeah, but Josh is building up these stacks, has so much speed already, and just continuing to get even faster. Such a threat to Mobile X all over the map, and those strike resets are going to be devastating here. The plays with the bell ringer, being able to catch the rebounds, and Josh pushes forward, looks for a flip angle here. Grimella sends it away, but the X Maximus, a good pass splitter to stun away Josh for the moment. But here's the flip available, still doesn't use it, and greeds way too hard, and it gets taken out.
It completely picked apart right there in the corner. It definitely looking to get more than he was able to and punished for it. But now back, Soondubu just still struggling to get through this defensive line that Bang Bang has. Fighting for their life to try and get this barrier. But Tony eating the roll means that it will not be catching the core. Barrier down for Soondubu as well. Both teams have an opportunity to get something here. But again, just the offense from Soondubu is not quite there. And they have to find something, anything, any opportunity to get it through this DUBU, to get it through the era. And that's going to be it. A big flip from the midfield line. We'll be shooting it right there. Bottom post. 1 point for Soondubu.
That's really, really big for them. But again, like the consistent points, the consistent scoring is so difficult for both teams, honestly. The goalies are doing a great job, and the midfielders as well to back them up. And of course, the Brawlers just don't have enough resources to get through all of that.
Yeah, it really is a battle of resources, and these Brawlers have to be careful with what they have, because wasted CDs means that the enemy goalie will just be able to bully through with their better CDs. But a crazy double barrier, so important for Soondubu there. It means that Tony will have the dash punch up, locked and loaded to get right through Bertram, taking another point and bringing us to set point here in this set 3.
Set point already. Tony with no hesitation on the dash punch. Just a snap decision, but same with Josh. A punch into flip, no hesitation. Just the hit confirm coming in. And now the barrier is going to go down at a much more rapid rate here, but a good flip away from shapeshifting. Make sure that the push is stalled out. The respawn comes through, and now Bang Bang are in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, shapeshifting, no energy. Sitting on the barrier, able to stop it. Again, this guy's massive. How do you get around the Asher? Oh, I figured it out. So that's how you get around the Asher. You can shoot in the space that she's not there. Able to get that barrier. Bang Bang has great opportunity here, especially down 0-2 in this set. 0-2 comfort zone, as they say. Looking to get something done. Josh with the ball. Again, he's so fast. Dropping the X Maximus, trying to get it through. But Grimella and Tony just not letting him have his way. Tony with a great use of punch and dash, separated, not often seen, able to get that barrier, has a flip, doesn't need it to get the second barrier, and will be using it to shoot it right in between Bertram and FudgyWaffles, taking the point as the goal gates are opening, parting the Red Sea, and taking another set for Soondubu.
That's really, really big for the Soondubu Strikers. They need to close this game out as quickly as possible, and now they have even more tools to do it. The extra special picked up, and that's going to be more pass splitters, less tofu fortresses, and looking at the rest of the awakenings, it's a bit of an awkward spot. The Among Titans will be huge though, with the size guaranteed for the X. Wait a second, I'm kind of liking what Bang Bang's having.
Yeah, what a great draft from Bang Bang. The size was guaranteed. I'm kind of surprised that Tony did not take the size, opting for the twin drive, which obviously is going to be great for more dashes, you know, and plenty of punches already, as it's a much shorter cooldown. Means more dash punches across the board. That's going to be nice. But that's so much size. This X is so big. We've been talking about Asher being big, but now Josh able to get in here, kind of even out that playing field. Way bigger than shapeshifting now. Only downside is the FudgyWaffles a little bit smaller, but incredibly fast with the Stagger Swagger, the Among Titans. Just deviously fast. on some rat activity out there. It's going to be a big opportunity for Bang Bang, but not if Josh is taken out here.
Absolutely not. Bit of a dangerous spot here. FudgyWaffles looking to build up as much meter as possible. Use the native to stall at the play, and it is successful. Greed's a little bit here, but because the greed is rewarded this time. Has the flip to use, waits for Josh to pick it up, and FudgyWaffles gets off scot-free.
Yeah, alive and kicking still here, but that's 2 flips for Grimella and shapeshifting. The defense from Soondubu just still has been immaculate this whole time, and a big dash punch means that their offense is about to go crazy. Big flip defended by the log, unable to get through. Bertram with the flip of his own, gonna be big, using it right there, but stopped by the timeless now Dorito, not able to get through. And Bang Bang we're seeing a little bit of a different story from the first set. Bang Bang is kind of getting suffocated here.
Yeah, it's a dangerous spot now. As so much damage to DUBU KO. Tony is out of there, and suddenly the pressure is gone, right? Bang Bang, and now a free reign in the midfield. They still need to get past shapeshifting, though, who has built up a flip, and maybe it's not as easy as it sounds.
Yeah, the defense is just crazy. I'm going to continue to harp on it until the day I die. This Asher is looking so unscorable. You cannot break through. And like rapid fire, extra special, so many abilities. It just winning every interaction. Getting the ball to Tony. Great dash punch. Almost puts it in as the gates are opening. Not quite. But a big flip. Shut out completely by shapeshifting with the strike. Same thing with Grimella's flip. FudgyWaffles getting a flip of his own. Burning it immediately, getting it through shapeshifting. And a great punch. Shades of the last point scored by Tony in the previous set. Parting the Red Sea. Getting it right through Grimella and shapeshifting and sealing a point for Bang Bang.
Incredibly well played here. Bang Bang need more of that to extend this game even further. I'm starting to see why the game went so long. Soondubu Strikers versus the Sad Boys. It went to set 5. It was over 30 minutes, and I think if shapeshifting is playing the Asher like this, it's kind of obvious.
Yeah, this Asher is locking it down, crazy mode. Sorry, unfortunately, not quite there, but a big KO onto FudgyWaffles. Tony there, and a demonic strike straight from hell itself, hitting that bumper night market angle. Fatal for Bang Bang, as they're gonna lose a whole point off of it. You hate to see it, absolutely, but that's a point for Soondubu, and they're sitting there, you know, definitely don't mind that.
Yeah, they're definitely not minding that one. The Soondubu Strikers 2 goals away from a very good spot in the group right now. They need every win they can get as the rounds close. The next round is the final one after all. And with Tony closing in on the barrier, a really good clear by Bang Bang gets it out of there, but Tony's just relentless, has enough speed to keep up with the pace, has the punches, has the strikes, has the flame flurry, forcing out the flip. The flip is good, but a lot of resources burned on both teams.
Yeah, you're gonna have to see Josh here not burning any resources, going here right now, trying to get it through, but the corner is just completely dominated by shapeshifting. Cannot get it through. Grimella there helping to push it through. The defense on both sides is so difficult. It's such a war of attrition. You know, we see both teams try and throw out a ton of abilities to get it through, and the enemy team responds with their own abilities, and they just keep taking turns back and forth. It's just a battle of things like core flips, other abilities, smart ability use that's going to win this game. Core flip getting the barrier for Bang Bang, and now they have the opportunity here to pull ahead, but as I say that, barrier down for Bang Bang. Josh, though, looking to get it in. FudgyWaffles sliding into that bottom corner, shoving it in, and Bang Bang is 1 point away from tying up this game. Wow.
Yeah, 1 point away, but each point is a marathon. Really going the distance. No easy points in this game, as once again, so many abilities burned in the midfield just to get even the slightest hint of an advantage. But once again, once it gets to the goalies, it's cashed out, but it's actually passed down to FudgyWaffles. Perfect rebound created by Josh to Fudgy, and this point is looking great for Bang Bang. Fudgy's desperately trying to create a big opportunity here for Josh, dribbling it down to the bottom side, buying space, the bell ringer, the NATO, but it's not enough.
Yeah, Tony on the breakaway, able to get one barrier, flipping to try and get the second, not quite there, unfortunately. And shapeshifting, pushing up, dropping a path splitter, just completely shutting out the X Maximus. And Bang Bang had a great opportunity there, almost able to get it. But the defense, again, is just unbreakable. Grimella with the flip, looking to get it through, able to get it past that NATO. Tony going in for the dribble dash punch, not able to get it. Josh trying to push through, but all of these abilities from Soondubu are just unbreakable. It's going to take a miracle. In the meantime, Soondubu's offense just not able to break the Bang Bang defense. Similarly, immaculate. Just unable to get any sort of pressure on the barrier. Once they do, Bertram just a monster at defending in those situations. And we're due for another long point here, it looks like.
We are. A flip available, though. Could end the set. A good flip by Shapeshifting in reaction, but Josh with the dribbles is looking like such a threat. Takes out Grimella, and this power play could be the end. This could be the creator of the 5th set, and it is a great shot by FudgyWaffles as Josh takes all the attention. We're headed to final draft.
A 5th set in this exhausting game. The back and forth is brutal, but I'm seeing things like Catalyst, perfect form on the board. First pick, FudgyWaffles might opt for the Manu, might take the Catalyst and just, Catalyst in the bag, could take a 3rd Dash Awakening, but denying the perfect form, very smart choice, leaving Tony. Still a great option, taking that Spark of Focus, that's 2 sparks, gonna be feeling great with that. Bertram picking the Manu, here comes Big Tofu Fortress, Big Logs, gonna be pretty nice. Catalyst on Shapeshifting is kind of scary with all of the hits that you get from your primary, from your ult, especially with the rapid fire extra special. It's a little bit of an energy monster there. Dash Waking to Grimella, more speed. And specialized training on Josh could also be a game changer. We saw at that last point what a power play could do for Bang Bang here, especially on someone like Grimella picking off the midfielder. Creates a huge hole in the defense. Could be their opportunity, but we will have to see as they're tearing up the barriers right now.
Yeah, they are looking to try and bring this one home. Is Bang Bang. A ton of damage being poured out here. And Josh in position, but dash punched off. Tony creating an opportunity. Grimella scoring a barrier. And suddenly the fortunes have changed.
Yep. Psylocke and Joy are looking to get in. Bertram a little bit far forward, but FudgyWaffles defending the barrier. Got the goalie. Practice down. Maybe a couple seasons of it. And now Shapeshifting with the core. Doing a little wiggle, not letting them know. And Tony, big KO. Tony Blast 5,000, getting that power play, but not able to get a whole lot so far as FudgyWaffles back soon. Bertram with the core on the roll, not letting it through, has a flip, and now Josh trying to force it through and does. Huge hit onto the core in the bottom corner with that X Maximus. Bang Bang is pulling ahead for the first time in a while.
They are. They're creating magic here. Bertram with the flip available still as well. The resources very, very good after that first goal. Not a case where after the first goal all the resources are expended and you're in a bad spot. A flip out from Josh, but Grimella blocks it away. That's another long point as Tony finds the first KO. But as the damage continues onto Tony, you have to think that more are to come.
Definitely. Tony able to get one barrier, Shapeshifting, waiting out the log. Great Strike Core almost gets the barrier, but Bertram just core barely missing the barrier, the flip stopping it just in time. Bertram just always able to make these pixel perfect saves and getting it out. Bang Bang has the ball, is trying to force it through, but unable to get it. Ton of damage coming on to Josh, forced to evade for the orb, and both these teams just looking to relieve any of the pressure, but a great barrier take from Bang Bang, and the net's open.
And Josh has the bell ringer, and that's another goal. When there's a slight opportunity, Josh capitalizes, got that brawler instinct, and they're 1 goal away.
1 goal away from taking this game that Soondubu was favored to win for so long. But now, Soondubu getting 1 barrier. Tony with the flip, looking to dash punch, unable to get it so far. Bang Bang just seems so composed. They're there. They're ready to get everything they can. Tony with the flip, though, getting a great opportunity. Detecting the bear open part of the barrier. One barrier down for Soondubu, though. And another. This could be it.
Oh, and Josh finds the goalie shape-shifting. Wow. That was beautiful from Bang Bang. They take the win. They're 3-0 now, and they have a date with the Sad Boys to determine who will get out. Of course, if exit strategy does not throw a wrench in those plans, but if it goes as projected, they have a date with the Sad Boys to determine who's the first place, who's the winner's side entrant from Pool B4.
Yeah, great comeback coming out from Bang Bang there. Just a little bit of X-era magic is all you need sometimes. Again, the defense, Bertram was just locking it down. It felt like Soondubu never had enough time to coordinate a play and try and get it through. 404 redirects from Grimella, just going monster mode in the midfield, but not able to get it to Tony where Tony could get the position that he needed to force it through. And it felt like Soondubu was on defense a lot, doing exceptionally well, but you can only hold for so long before the holes start to appear and before Bang Bang was able to take those opportunities.
I have big news. The Dragon Slayers 2 beat the Bozo Bunch.
Whoa!
I think I have a sneaking suspicion as to how that happened.
Is it Octavia?
No, I think Bozo ego picked Zentaro against Twisty.
Oh, well, much to learn from that experience, I believe.
And that guarantees Dragon Slayers 2 first place, I believe. As long as...
Wow.
Oh, wait. No, it doesn't. It still depends on pass.
Wow.
It still depends on pass here, because if pass beat the Bozo Bunch, they leapfrog Dragon Slayers 2. Wow. This is a crazy situation in Pool B2 here.
Yeah, if you told me someone other than Bozo Bunch would be making it out winner's side Pool B, I would not believe it. Right? Very simply, that is crazy. A storm is brewing in Pool B.
Oh, and the Bozo Bunch are paying so dearly for that decision as well, because that match was pretty important. And now Dragon Slayers 2, they're sitting pretty, because if Bozo beat pass for them, they're getting out in first.
Yeah, wow. Very nicely done. Oh, that's just a lot of information to process. Pool B2 with the shakeup. I'm looking at the other pools so far, and it's looking like Showtime is going to be making it out first from Pool B1. Shocking, I know. And it looks like Demons is slated to get out of their pool, Pool 3, pretty comfortably as well. It looks like their last match is going to be against Dynasty Party, who's been putting on a pretty impressive show this whole tournament.
Yep, and it looks like wow, that's a crazy situation in Pool B3 though. Dynasty Party, Return to Form, Bling Plong 2 all tied at the moment. So Return to Form versus Bling Plong 2 determines quite a bit there, actually. Ooh. Well, we'll see how that goes. But we'll go to a break for now. We'll be back after we figure things out. And the final round coming up might be Sad Boys versus Bang Bang, might be something else. Don't go anywhere, and see you soon.